It's not often we get a new game that looks like no other. Hell, it never happens. But wait, you cynical lot, how about the Mirror's Edge take on the FPS? Well, not so much a first-person shoot as a first-person run. You'll discover all this in our Babbo Mirror's Edge special.
Join us around you, Faith. Push through to the platforms.
We visited the Stockholm studios of developers DICE to meet the lads behind the game. We get exclusive interviews and walkthroughs.
Hi Faith, welcome back.
And learn just how this elegant video game is controlled. So, let's get going, shall we? Mirror's Edge is set in that old favourite, the dystopian city. But that's where the familiarity ends, because there's something quite unusual about the profession of the game's heroine. She's called Faith. But first, let's deal with the politics.
The story of Mirror's Edge is kind of rooted in a lot of things that are going on today. People want to feel more secure. People want to feel like they're being taken care of by their government. And so, you know, this is a story of that kind of going a little bit too far.
Regulation of the internet and DNA databases and ID cards.
It's not a bad city. The government isn't evil. It's just that it's taken on so many responsibilities and it's taken on so much from people. And they've given up so much of their rights in exchange for this freedom.
Where we find ourselves when we start the game playing as this character Faith is that information and communication is quite heavily controlled, monitored and regulated. And so a lot of people within the city that, you know, that don't want to partake in that have started hiring couriers, basically known as runners.
Faith's job is really as a messenger. And one of the things we thought of many years ago is, you know, in certain cities like San Francisco or New York or wherever you see some of these bike messengers, and they are insane. What if you did it on the rooftops? What if you did it where the people who are, you know, your reason for running is to deliver things that maybe the government doesn't really want you to get from place to place.
If a slightly threatening nanny state wasn't enough to worry about, Faith has family problems. Her sister Kate seems to be in a spot of bother.
Your character's sister she's framed for a crime she didn't commit, and as Faith, you the player, start investigating that, you start to sort of uncover a wider conspiracy.
Kate?
What are you doing here?
What happened? Did you?
No! You don't recognize him?
Should I?
It's Robert. Robert Pope, friend of Dad's. He was alive when I got here. Just sitting at his desk, writing. Everything went black. When I came to, he'd been shot. And I'm pretty sure it's with my gun.
One of the other characters within the story that you're going to be sort of spending a lot of time listening to and talking with is Mercury, who's Faith's sort of handler.
Hey.
Merc.
You off?
Just get on comms and track me.
All of the different runners have got, you know, sort of networks all over the city, and those are all taken care of by someone who's basically on overwatch, like listening into the police channels, trying to find out what's going on, and feeding them information about the sort of different targets. So he takes quite an active part in helping Faith on her quest to sort of find out what is going on with her sister, and he's really the one who sort of took her when she was a child in the streets and sort of trained her up to be a runner as well.
Hi Faith, welcome back. Didn't think we'd be seeing you so soon.
The life of a runner is not an easy one. One wrong move and you're history. So, pay attention, Faith. This may save your life.
Okay, yeah, so the controls, pad. We wanted to keep it simple, so all of the basic movement is handled up here. So you've got upwards and downwards. So this is handling your vertical wall runs, your horizontal wall runs, your vaults, your jumps. You know, if I'm just running here, if I hit up, I'm going to jump over. If I hit up here, I'm going to grab hold of that and vault up. And then again, so if I have a flat surface like this, and I use the up button as I run towards it, she's going to jump up and wall run on that surface.
And the down button?
This is handling slides, rolls, things of that nature. So the down button as well, if I'm running along, traveling fast enough and I hold it down, she's going to slide forwards. If I combine the up and down buttons, you can see here, I go jump, and then I use down to do the roll. And here, for example, up, it's going to throw me over this, and down, slide me under that. Then here, we have the turn button. So for example, when Faith hits a wall at speed, she'll actually push up on it just a couple of feet. And you can use that sort of fraction of a second to turn and jump again. So stringing all of those things together, we can do things like wall run, turn, jump, scurry, turn, jump, and get up to the top very quickly. So this is the sort of more advanced button that, like I was saying, people don't tend to start using this until around level 3 or something, when they start figuring out how it can be combined with the wall runs and the jumps to do different things. To get away from these guys very, very quickly, first we're seeing a vertical wall run to 180 and to vault. Now here we're going to, ooh, okay, bullets flying. We're going to use a wall run to scurry up, to turn, to jump. Oh, and again, you can see I wasn't travelling quite fast enough, so I ended up in a hang there rather than making it the whole way over. And there's a barge.
What the hell's happening?
Combat, again, is primarily a two-button system, so all of your attacks, if you're holding a gun, this is shoot. If you're not, this is your attack button.
Let's run through some weapon disarms, just in case.
We'll have a look at the game's combat shortly, but for now, sometimes the only thing you can do to survive is run.
Picking up squad cars moving in on you. You ain't got much time. Trying to surround you, Faith. Punch through to the plaza. They're trying to cut you off the head, Faith. Get through them, quick. You've almost lost them. Patch and Krieg in. Faith, let's get you out of here.